Hey there, everybody. Chris Curtis here with Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Hey, we have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. When we got here, we realized Rockwall is actually on the practice court behind us, so we are unable to stream Rockwall versus Highland Park. But no worry, we have a photographer over there right now taking some photos. We'll update you via our social media as quick as we can. We apologize for the inconvenience, and we will try again. Hopefully later this afternoon, Rockwall will be back on center court. Right now, you're currently watching Prestonwood Christian taking on John Paul II here. So we're going to stream this game just for fun, just to kind of get ourselves still used to this equipment, still trying to roll strong as we inch closer to the start of the 2025 football season here coming up in 2 weeks, and of course the district season of volleyball as well. We will get all this down. I promise we'll get it all down for you as soon as we can. But like I said, right now you're currently watching Prestonwood Christian taking on John Paul II. We do apologize that Rockwall is currently playing Highland Park right behind us on the practice court, and there is no technology over there. It is not working, so we are not able to broadcast from the practice court. So we do apologize for that, but we will let you sit back and watch Prestonwood Christian take on John Paul II in day 2 of the Battle for the Rock here at Rockwall High School. We will be heading over to Rockwall Freshman Center, otherwise known as R9, here in just a little bit. And we are hoping that the Heath Hawks are on center court over there. We have called over to Coach Younger, and we are still waiting to see where they will currently be playing. So if they are on a practice court, we might have the same issue. So we are going to continue trying to get this thing going and go from there. So like I said, we apologize for the inconvenience for just logging on and joining us. You're not seeing the Rockwall Lady Jackets here on center court, but you are seeing John Paul II taking on Prestonwood Christian here in day 2 on center court at Rockwall High School. I am going to throw some music on, throw the ticker up. I will be back to update you on the Rockwall Highland Park match going on directly behind me on the practice court, and we will kind of go from there and see what we can do for you. If you're just joining us, go over to our social medias. We will update that as we go through for Rockwall versus Highland Park currently on the practice court behind me. They start at about 9 o'clock, and we'll update you from there. We appreciate you. Thank you. Hey everybody, Chris Curtis here with Rockwall ISD Sports Network. And if you're currently watching us right now, you are not seeing the Rockwall Lady Jackets. They are actually on the practice court behind us. And there is no technology back there for us to broadcast and or room for us to have a table back there. So you are currently watching Prestonwood Christian take on John Paul II, and looks like Prestonwood Christian just won the first set in the Battle of the Rock on day 2, 25-22, to take a 1-0 series lead in this best of 3 here on day 2. But we will update you on the Rockwall versus Highland Park game. Currently it is 18-17 at last check. Highland Park was up on your Lady Jackets by 1. I am having to walk back and forth, so that score has probably changed a couple of times since I just went back there. But we will update you via our social medias. If you are not a friend of ours on Facebook, Instagram, or X, go ahead and find us at RISD Athletics. We are going to post those scores, and then we are going to pack up here and head over to the freshman campus of Rockwall High School, otherwise known as R9, where the Lady Hawks will be battling Lovejoy at 11:30. We will try to get that game going for you as well. We could be in a practice gym, so we have never had a broadcast from there as well. So we're just kind of playing this day as it goes and just kind of seeing where we end up, and hopefully we can get to at least one broadcast on today. But all this is just practice runs for our big debut here coming up in about 2 weeks. The Rockwall Yellow Jacket football squad will be taking on Richardson Bertner, and then the Rockwall Heath Hawks will open their season in Dallas against Highland Park coming up here on August the 29th. We will have both broadcasts for you, as well as the entire regular season as well. And of course, we will be doing some volleyball broadcasts. And as we get further on into the school year, we will add wrestling, we will add basketball, soccer, might do some cheer. Just had our infamous cheer coach, Miss Timms, come walking by. So we might do something for cheer here coming up pretty soon. And then once we get into the spring season, the birds start chirping, we will get to baseball and softball season, which is always a fun time here around Rockwall ISD, as we expect long seasons from both of those as well. So thanks for bearing with us. We apologize that we were not able to get the Rockwall Lady Jackets on for you here, but we will keep going, and we'll see what we can do from here. Like I said, you're currently watching Prestonwood Christian take on John Paul II. Prestonwood Christian just took a 1-0 series lead, and it sounds like the match behind us is just about over. I have not seen my partner Lisa Trammell pop open over here, but she will have some sort of photo and a score update for me here on the Lady Jackets, as they are currently playing on the practice court behind us. So once again, I do apologize that we do not have the Lady Jackets on, and we will try to get them back on the air here. Actually, here comes Lisa Trammell. She might have a score update for me here in just a second, and I will relay that to you, and we will get it up on social media as well. Let's see here. looks like they dropped the first set. We have a score on that. 25-19. The Lady Jackets have dropped set 1 to Highland Park. So we'll get that up on social media here for you. Once again, the Lady Jackets have dropped set 1, 25-19. And we will go back over there for set 2. You are currently watching the second set about to kick off here with Prestonwood Christian and John Paul. Great teams right here. We don't get to see a lot of these teams during the year, but it's great to see them. And everything the DFW volleyball game has to offer. Some of the best in the business here in the DFW. So once again, Lady Jackets fall 25-19 on the practice court behind us. You're currently watching John Paul II take on Prestonwood Christian. We will be back here pretty soon to update you on set 2 with the Lady Jackets. And if you're joining us, just enjoy watching some volleyball here on the center court at Rockwell High School. Thanks again. We'll talk to you here in just a little bit. Hey everybody, Chris Curtis here with Rockwall ISD Sports Network. If you're just joining us and looking on the court and not seeing much orange other than in the stands, you're not crazy. When we got here, we realized that the Rockwall Lady Jackets were actually going to be playing on the practice court and not center court. So currently your Rockwall Lady Jackets are playing against Highland Park right behind us. They dropped the first set 25-19 against Highland Park here on day 2 of the Battle for the Rock. And right now you are currently watching Prestonwood Christian take on John Paul II and a matchup here on day 2. So we do apologize that we were not able to get the Lady Jackets on here at the top of the hour at 9 o'clock here early in the morning on Friday. The first week of school here, so pretty exciting times here at Rockwall ISD. We do have a planned broadcast for the Lady Hawks coming up at 11:30. If you can't find that link, just jump on our YouTube, which you are currently hopefully already on right now, or you can go on our Facebook and find that link directly in one of our posts. We look forward to hopefully getting that game up and going. We do not know if they are playing on center court over at Rock 9 or they are going to be on the practice court. I guess we will find out that when we get over there. If they are in the practice court, we're going to try really hard to get that game going for you guys. If not, we will be there to take photos and video and update you on that game as well. It is double elimination today, so one loss will not eliminate you from the tournament, but it'll put you in the consolation bracket at this point. So both teams looking to have a strong day 2, but right now the Lady Jackets currently trail 1-0 on the practice court behind us. And once again, we do apologize that we were not able to get the Lady Jackets on here at 9 o'clock this morning, but we hopefully will see them later today. Last I heard, I believe it's going to be about 2 or 2:30. Most of these matches were going pretty quickly yesterday. That might not be the case today. They might be a little slower, but we'll just have to kind of see how we shape up here the rest of the afternoon. And we'll let you know about the championship matches coming up tomorrow. Of course, there will be a Final Four in the consolation bracket and a Final Four in the championship bracket. And right now, Rockwall and Rockwall Heath are looking to advance to Saturday and hopefully play in that championship round. Rockwall went 2-1 yesterday, and the Lady Hawks dropped all 3 of their matches, and they had a very, very tough schedule yesterday. But after talking to Coach Younger and Coach Ferguson, this is why they play these tournaments. It's not about being the best right now. It's about getting better and getting to October and playing your best volleyball. So we'll have to see how that goes, and we'll kind of continue our journey. If you're just joining us here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network and you do not see the orange out there on center court, it's because they're playing right behind us. So we do apologize, but we will get you updated on that second set as the Lady Jackets did drop set 1, 25-19. Coming up here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network, it is a very unusual quiet week next week. We have one home tennis match, and that's it. That is a very quiet week around here. We don't have too many of those, but we will be at that Rockwall Heath versus Tyler Legacy tennis match over at the Hawk's Nest. Of course, both those teams ranked in the top 5. I believe I saw Tyler Legacy is ranked number 2. And Rockwall Heath is ranked number 5. So we will be at that. It starts at 4:30 over the Hawk's Nest, of course, pending weather. And we will be out there. It'll be a little hot, but nothing beats it. And then, of course, we look forward to the following week. We will have a big week at the Rockwall ISD Sports Network on the 26th. We will have Lady Hawk Volleyball. We'll have our first broadcast from the Hawk's Nest gym. We will be going next week to make sure we can get that broadcast going. And if we have any issues, we'll get that all fixed so we can have a seamless transition over at Rockwall Heath High School on the 26th. And, of course, what everybody is looking forward to, the 29th, we have the opening matchup for both Rockwall and Rockwall Heath. The 2025 football season will begin. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Of course, both teams will be on the road to start the season this year, as last year we opened both of our games at home. So this year both teams will be traveling. Rockwall will be heading over to Richardson-Berkner to play Richardson-Berkner in the opening matchup of the 2025 season. And of course, the Rockwall Heath Hawks will be traveling to Dallas and to take on the Highland Park Scots in their opening matchup. 2 great matchups, of course. We will have both those games broadcasted Of course, Billy Quinton and David Sweet will lead the way for the Rockwall crew. Unfortunately, Billy Quinton will not be available for game 1. He will be out of commission for that game. But we're excited to welcome Jeremy Bryant into the broadcast, and he and Sweet will take over for that opening matchup for the Rockwall Yellow Jackets. And, of course, our own Shannon will take over for the Rockwall Heath Hawks as they travel to Highland Park to take on the Scots in their opening matchup. So once again, if you were jumping on here and expecting to watch the Lady Jackets, there's no orange out there. That is because the Lady Jackets are directly behind us. They did drop the first set 25-19. You're currently watching Prestonwood Christian and John Paul II in a matchup here on day 2. So we're excited about that. Once again, just saw the Rockwall cheer coach, Miss Tim. So we're excited about cheer joining the athletic group this year. We'll have a lot of cheer competitions and cheer videos coming out, and of course cheer photos as well. So we're excited to add them to the group. They did a great job on media day, as they always do, along with drill team and football and Stuco. And our wonderful interns will be out and about this athletic season. Of course, we're excited about those 2 girls joining us. Of course, Caroline and Anna joining us. So if you see them out and about, be sure to say hello. They're doing a great job so far. We will work with them a little bit next week, get them all trained up on some cameras and some marketing techniques, and we will be ready to go with them starting hopefully that last week of August when we get super busy. Once again, if you're just joining us and expecting to watch the Lady Jackets take on Highland Park, they are directly behind us. We were not aware they would be on the practice court. And there's not much technology back there on that practice court, so unfortunately we were dealt a hand. We might could have figured it out if we'd known a little sooner, but unfortunately we were not able to make that happen. So we'll keep you updated on our socials, of course. Of course, Lady Jackets dropped the first set 25-19. You're currently watching Prestonwood Christian and John Paul II. So we will be back here very shortly. We're going to get packed up here probably in the next 30. And head over to Rock 9, otherwise known as the Rockwall High School freshman campus, which opened last year. It's the year 2 of that campus. Beautiful facility here with Rockwall ISD, and we're excited to get back over there and bring you Lady Hawk volleyball coming up here a little after 11:30. Just got an update on the game behind me. The Lady Jackets have pulled ahead in set 2. They are trying to force a decisive set 3. They currently lead 15-10. So they are looking to even that series up at 1 game apiece and force that big-time set 3 here in the Battle for the Rock tournament. Of course, a lot of teams in this tournament. There are at least 16 teams in this tournament. That might be it. I think I counted 16 yesterday. It looks like South Lake Carroll is just walked into the Rockwall High School building. I do believe they will take center court here very shortly after this matchup is over. If you are joining us from Prestonwood Christian and or John Paul II, I apologize, I don't have any rosters, but I can tell you that Prestonwood Christian won set 1, and it looks like John Paul is moving in front very quickly here. They lead 23-14. They're looking to force a decisive game 3. So these games will probably be a little tighter than they were yesterday. The matches went pretty quick yesterday, so a lot of early start times. Might be a little bit of a later start time here today with all these teams trying to get that elusive Saturday spot for the championship bracket. Of course, there is a championship bracket along with a consolation bracket. Of course, everybody does play tomorrow, but of course they will have a top 4 for the consolation bracket and a top 4 for the championship bracket. Everybody else will play for that final ranking in this tournament. Of course, this tournament put on by Travis Ferguson and the Rockwall Lady Jackets. They do a great job over here every single year. We really enjoy this tournament. It's a great way to get to know the teams, kind of get to know the girls, all the ones that have moved up and have moved on, and who is their replacements are going to be. And I look forward to seeing them here as we start district. The next couple of weeks, we'll get ready to rock and roll for District 10 6A. Of course, the Lady Jackets and Lady Hawks will be competing for that top 4 spot in District 10 6A. We look forward to seeing them. So once again, you are watching Prestonwood Christian and John Paul II as John Paul is zeroing in on forcing a decisive game, set 3. Excuse me, my hockey and basketball playoff knowledge is coming into play here. So I have not taken the microphone since my college days. So I do apologize if we're very slow here. But of course, we were expecting to have the Lady Jackets take on Highland Park here on center court, but we were unable to make that happen. So looks like John Paul just finished off set 2. So we will have a set 3 here on center court. And of course, the Lady Jackets, as of last check, were up 15-10 in set 2. We'll be back and wrap it all up for you here after set 3 and get ready to move over to the Rock 9 campus to take on the Lady Hawks as they take on Lovejoy. And of course, the Rockwall Lady Jackets will more than likely be playing around 2 or 2:30. That matchup will be here at Rockwall High School. So if you get out of work early, coming over and support the girls, they're doing a fantastic job, of course. And so we look forward to seeing them here this afternoon. Gonna throw on some royalty-free music, let you watch the final set here if you're interested. And if not, I will update you on the Lady Jackets and Highland Park game right behind me here pretty soon. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back inside the Rockwall High School gym, where if you're joining us now and you're wondering where is all the orange? Well, the Lady Jackets are playing on the practice court behind us. We were kind of not aware of that when we got here, so when we set up, we realized, yep, they're behind us. So we went back to see if we could find some technology back there, and it just was not going to happen on the practice court. Unfortunately, today, we'd have had a couple hours, we might have been able to pull it off, but unfortunately, we are not able to bring you the Lady Jackets versus Highland Park. I can tell you right now, Lady Jackets are trailing 2-0, and it is, I apologize, it is a best of 5 today, so it's just like we are playing a typical district matchup. So right now, Highland Park leads 2-0. They have Lady Jackets on the ropes, but Lady Jackets will work on fighting back here and forcing a 5th and deciding set this morning here at the Rockwall High School gym. You are currently watching Prestonwood Christian take on John Paul II, and the loser of this matchup will play the loser of the Rockwall versus Highland Park matchup. And the 2 winners of these 2 matches will play each other here coming up this afternoon. If the Lady Jackets do end up falling to Highland Park, that matchup will be at 2 o'clock right here at Rockwall High School. And I do believe I've had one confirmation that that game will not be on center court, but maybe it will be. We'll kind of find out, I guess. Eventually, we are going to turn this off. We are going to pack up. We're going to leave the equipment here so we can hopefully bring you that broadcast here at 2 o'clock if possible. And if not, then we'll figure something out. But if so, we are planning to go over to the Rockwall High School freshman campus, otherwise known as R9, where the Lady Hawks will look to get their first win of this tournament. And they will take on Lovejoy coming up at 11:30. In fact, Coach Younger is calling me right now to probably tell me what court they are on. But we will be packing up here very shortly and heading over there. Now, I can tell you that some of these start times will not be accurate today. Obviously, this is a best of 5 and not a best of 3, so the matches might go just a tad longer. So we have a little time, or they're going to go super fast like yesterday. Yesterday was the pool play. Those were 3 sets. Today it is a best of 5, so just remember that. The start time of 11:30 for the Lady Hawks might end up being around noon. It might be a little later. And that start time of 2 o'clock for the Rockwall Lady Jackets, if they are in the consolation bracket, could be a little later as well. So we will try to relay that information as best as we can. We are having to go from campus to campus, so bear with us as we do that. It's been a fun first day, and obviously this second day is a little bit more chaotic, but we will figure it out. We thank you for joining us here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Of course, this is our debut season of the broadcast. Of course, we're looking forward to adding many, many more broadcasts as we continue along on this journey. We are still working on camera angles. Right now, you are watching the Huddle camera right here at the Rockwall High School campus. We, of course, have Huddle cameras at both of our high schools. And at Wilkerson Sanders, we also have a Huddle camera. We are looking to potentially add some more down the road, so we can add just another camera angle. Otherwise, you will see your typical cameras that you saw on our broadcast the last 12, 13 years with SportsGram. And, of course, we have our broadcasters. We've had a few more. We added a few more this year. We're going to add potentially 2 more as we continue on this journey and see where the road takes us. Of course, really excited about this. My name is Chris Curtis. I am the sports marketing and broadcast manager, and of course adding media as well. So thank you for all your support. We are excited to launch this network. We have a lot of surprises coming up for you this season, and we look forward to continuing our journey. Of course, if you're just joining us now and you're seeing that we are live here on YouTube, you're seeing not a lot of orange other than the court and in the stands. It is because the Lady Jackets are playing behind us on the practice court. And when we got here, we realized there was not enough technology to get a broadcast over there. That probably can be fixed here in the future. But luckily for us, the Rockwall Lady Jackets will not be playing over there after this tournament. They will actually be having all of their home matches at Rock 9 this year. So if you're expecting to come watch some Lady Jacket volleyball, just be aware they will not be playing at the high school. They will be playing at R9 all season long. Some fun stuff coming up over there. Of course, we do not have a Huddle camera over there, so we will be using a typical camera. We are in the process of getting a Huddle camera over there, so bear with us on that as well. We are continuing to add, continuing to see what we need, and continuing to see how we can continue making this broadcast even better. Of course, coming up here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network, we will have some volleyball week after next. Of course, we will debut over at Rockwall Heath High School on the 26th. And of course, what everybody's looking forward to is Friday, August the 29th. Of course, Rockwall High School football will get their season started. They will travel to Richardson-Berkner to play them. That kickoff is set for, I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I believe I've read it a million times. I believe that kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. And of course, the Rockwall Heath Hawks will travel to the Big D, and they will take on Highland Park. And I believe that is also a 7 o'clock kickoff. Of course, all district kickoffs will be 7:30 to allow band, cheer, drill, all of them to be able to get to the facility on time with traffic, of course, from everybody traveling from East Texas or simply just across the interstate. It might take a little bit of time. So once again, the Lady Jackets are playing behind us. They currently trail Highland Park 2-0. It is a best of 5 in this tournament. I do apologize for the day 2 mistake. Of course, pool play was the best of 3. The rest of the way, we are playing best of 5. So just be aware that those start times might be adjusted as we go. Of course, we will try to update you on those start times as well. We are coming to you live from the Rockwall High School gym. We are about to pack it up here. Of course, you're not seeing the Lady Jackets in front of you, so we are just kind of working on our technique and seeing where we can go from here. Of course, you're watching John Paul and Prestonwood Christian take on each other. The loser of this match will play at 2 o'clock today, and the loser of the Highland Park Rockwall match will play at 2 o'clock today, and they will play each other, the 2 losers of these 2 matches. So we look forward to seeing that here coming up at 2 o'clock. We do not know if we will have a broadcast for that. Not going to promise it. If we're on center court, we are absolutely going to do it. If it's on the practice court, we might be in trouble. So, but we will continue updating you as we go. Thank you for joining us. We are probably going to shut this down in about 15 minutes. I will come back to you one more time to update you on the Lady Jackets. Of course, you can also follow us on our social media. We are posting content of that match as well. And we will keep going. So we appreciate you. Once again, this is Chris Curtis with Rockwall ISD Sports Marketing and the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. We are excited to launch this channel this year. And we will talk to you here in about 15 minutes with one final update from Rockwall High School. Thanks for bearing with us, and we will put on some royalty-free music to enjoy the match you see right in front of you. Of course, this is Prestonwood Christian and John Paul II. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Hello, everybody. Once again, this is Chris Curtis with Rockwall ISD Sports Marketing and the Rockwall ISD Sports Network, along with Rockwall ISD Athletics. If you're just joining us and logging into YouTube, trying to cure those Friday blues away, and you're expecting to see the Rockwall Lady Jackets here on the center court, well, when we got here, we realized that Lady Jackets are playing on the practice court behind us with no technology back there. So we are having to stream Prestonwood Christian and John Paul II, which has been a very, very good matchup. In fact, the loser of this matchup and the winner of this matchup will end up playing the loser and the winner of the Rockwall versus Highland Park game. So we're getting some inside info here on these two teams. Really good squads we don't get to see a lot of during the season, but it's great to see them here at the Battle for the Rock. But of course, I just wanted to bring everybody up to date on what's happening behind us with the Rockwall Lady Jackets. They drop the first two sets of their day two against Highland Park. They drop set one, 25-19. They drop set two, 25-21. And they are currently trailing in the third set, 20-18, but they are rallying. They are trying to get themselves back in it. The swagger is there. A lot of noise behind me as the Lady Jackets are trying to force a set four. And of course, they will have to force a set five if they want to keep their championship aspirations alive here going forward. Otherwise, they will fall into the loser bracket, otherwise known as the consolation bracket. And they will take on the loser of this game that you are currently watching right here in front of me. Unfortunately for us, we are going to be shutting this broadcast down. If you are here watching the John Paul versus Prestonwood Christian game, we do apologize for that. We appreciate you guys tuning in, so have a few of you guys watching, so we do apologize. But the Rockwall Lady Jackets and Rockwall Heathhawks have our hearts, and they have all our dedication. So we will be packing up, and we will be heading over to the Rockwall High School freshman campus, otherwise known as Rock 9. There we will be broadcasting the Lady Hawks, and they take on Lovejoy as they will look to get their first win of this tournament. Lady Hawks were 0-3 yesterday. Apologize. It has been a sleepless week, but we will get over there and broadcast that game. Of course, that match is slated to start at 11:30. These matches are definitely going a little longer than advertised. They will not be as quick as they were yesterday. It looks like we just have a final over next door to us. So let me get that update. It looks like the Lady Jackets have dropped that set. They have dropped set 3. So the Lady Jackets do fall in their first game here on day 2. Final score was, I'll get it right here, 25-22. The Lady Jackets do fall 25-22. They do lose 3-0 next door, so they will advance to the consolation bracket here at Rockwall High School. That match is set to start at 2 o'clock. Of course, we are running pretty far behind on this at this point. Of course, this match right here in front of us looks like it could go to a 5th set. They are battling back and forth, so they will play the loser of the John Paul versus Prestonwood Christian matchup here this afternoon. Of course, we will try to bring that game to you as long as it is on center court. That is it for us here. We are unfortunately going to shut this broadcast down, turn the cameras off, get in our cars, and head over to R9 to go support our Lady Hawks. And we will be back this afternoon to reconvene with the Lady Jackets as they will continue their journey here for the Battle of the Rock tournament. Of course, this is just a tournament, and it's only August, which means this tournament is about getting better, and we will see what happens here in the next few months. Of course, Lady Jackets and Lady Hawks both looking to win their first state championship. Of course, that district play will begin here in just a few weeks. That's it for us here at Rockwall High School. Once again, we are heading over to Rock 9. That link is already up. If you want to tune into the Lady Hawks versus Lovejoy game, we will have that game for you here coming up here in about an hour and 15 minutes or so. Once again, this is Chris Curtis for the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning, and we'll see you here shortly. Thanks again.